Now, a lot of you guys didn't know I was around doing this stuff back in 2008 or 2008. But this woman, this is priceless. Here's her name, right by Sandy Hook. Her name is Hell Crafts, and they're like, oh, it's pronounced Hele. Oh, okay. Okay, well, you can keep telling yourself that if that makes you feel better. Hell Crafts. So this woman was supposedly murdered, who happens to be a redhead. Yeah? She's 39 years old. She got 3 kids. You see where this is going, don't you? Right? Her husband spent $900 on a chipper to dispose of her body, which this whole story's bullshit. Her name is supposed Hella Crafts. Yeah? Really? Really? I got here, newsflash. There's nobody by that name. It's what they did over there, what they're doing. It's Hellcraft. How they fucking, what they did with those kids. Let's look here. First murder conviction in the state of Connecticut where a body was never found. They never found her body. Yet they already said, oh, well, they put her through a wood chipper. Because it's what they're doing. They're doing Hellcrafts. They're doing sorcery, for fuck's sake. It ain't the name of a broad. It's the broad that they're representing, this redheaded broad. But there's nobody by this name that got murdered. For fuck's sake, how dumb is this world? Let's look at the world. Let's look at the name Hela. Hebrew and Scandinavian roots. She was from Denmark. Let's look at the word Hela. Functions as a goddess of death. It's a Hebrew-Scandinavian mix. Who exercises despotic power, which is negative, and brings famine and poverty. Sounds like the kind of person you like in the neighborhood, because she don't live there. It's what they're doing. Now, if you want to spell it with the H-E-L-E, like they're doing here, the name Lucifer is actually the Roman designation for the morning star. The Hebrew Hele means the bright one. Now, just so I can back up my work and show you a very famous cartoon where they use the word Hella continually, and they even ask the kid, why do you keep saying it? I give you South Park. Let's take a look in here. Let's roll this. Carmen, hella stupid, hella lame.
You guys are hella stupid. I knew you would fall for that. Oh no, dude, you tricked us, Carmen. That's right, I did. You guys are hella stupid. You guys are hella lame. You guys are hella dumb. Yeah, damn it.
So what's he saying? He's saying hella, 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 damn it. So you get the picture? So there is nobody named Hellcrafts that got murdered. The code is 333399. It has to do with all of this, what they did to the kids. Children, 3. She's 39. Her husband rented a $900 chipper, which is an interesting amount to rent a chipper for, because chippers today don't even go for that much. The hair color, the red, the woman. Come on, guys. You know enough. You've seen enough of this shit. You guys could have picked this apart just as easily as I could have. Murder victim. Yeah, she's a murderer. Nobody killed this broad. Nobody killed this broad. That is why you see this. Let me find it. This is why you see on the chalkboard at Sandy Hook, it says this word right here. See? There it is there. Let's move that up there. And then we got our little symbol here, which is a vector. Let's make sure we get that in there. Don't give me this bullshit. They didn't do nothing to them kids. Bullshit. Bullshit. And this symbol here, see this symbol here? That's exactly what this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and turn it on its side. And let's just get rid of this bit right here. Let's move this right over next to it. So there's no, you see that? It's exactly the same thing, except they didn't finish. See, a witch's hat represents a vortex. That's what it represents. Okay? And so what you're seeing here is what I've tried to tell you guys. So I'll finish the, and then what I'll do is I'll use white to use the line. You understand? It's going from one side to the other. It's an opening, and that's your hellcraft. It's going from one side to the other. Remember? I told you? Flipping between the two sides. That is what that is. So they can lie and do whatever the fuck they want to. I know better. This is the same thing. It's a vector point. I'll show you where you can see this too. Hang on. Just to make it more clear. Okay, you see this? Here's the point right here. That's called a merge point. Just like we just saw on the chalkboard at Sandy Hook. This is the stadium from Hurricane Katrina. What happened to the people in there? I have no idea. Here's Alberon. Right? Where is that? In the Hades cluster. Hades is hell. This here, which you can't read, I'll get it for you because it backs up my work actually. So let's read here. The Beatles' original name was the Silver Beatles. The cover of the Yellow Submarine was released on 1969. The code represents the solar boat of the Egyptians, which they crossed the Milky Way. The dung beetle, which is the scarab beetle, above the solar boat represents our actual Cancer in the zodiac. Remember the 69 Cancer awareness? The inverted 69, which you see above the Royal Freemasons arc with the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, that's those 7 stars are in there, and the blazing star known as Aldebaran, which is this one down here, which encodes the rhombic dodecahedron hypercube. Middle binding, actually on Gemini because of the precise equinox point, the 6 plus 9 equals 15. And if you turn that into binary, it's 1111, which is the center mass in space, opening the Stargate to Earth. So if that helps you understand what the fuck's going on with Sandy Hook, I hope so. So something opened up and they took him. If we look here, Aldebaran is one of the 15 fixed stars. I told you the fallen star is the 15. That's the AR-15. Its image is the likeness of God or a flying man, which would be what? A fallen angel would have wings. So, even though I never ran across this explanation, what I told you is true. It's the best that I can see what they're writing in comparison to what I'm writing. So, just to recap, there's no such person as hella craft, because we see Cartman saying hella, 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 hella. I've done so much work on this stuff. It just comes to me second nature, finding stuff. They did something with those kids. They either murdered them or they sent them somewhere. And I can only imagine they sent them here. And you know what? I don't care what your religious belief is. Somehow this shit's going on. Because I know you're going to get, first of all, they're using the 3 dots. That's code for hell. You're going to get people who say, oh, you can't send somebody to hell without, because Jesus died for us. Well, you don't know how all of this stuff works. I don't either. I know they're doing some very shoddy, bizarre bullshit. There is no lady named Hellcraft. There was never a body found. It's what they're doing in that area. It's what they're doing in that area. They're doing hell's craft, witchcraft, sorcery. What the fuck is wrong with this world? These people are fucking stupid.